We're going to talk about the verb être today. And être is a very important verb in French, and you've actually been using it all along, but you just didn't realize it. Okay? So, let's go to the next slide here. The first word we're going to talk about is something called conjugation. What does it mean? Okay? So, conjugation is a big word, but it's also an important word to know. It means using the correct verb form with the proper subject pronoun. For example, je suis. This means I am. Not I is or I are, but I am. And they go together like okay, so you get the idea? You have to have certain things that go together all the time. Right. So what are subject pronouns? You've been using them, some of them quite a bit. The first one to know is je, which means I. You've used this to say je m'appelle, je suis, j'aime, je voudrais, je veux bien, je regrette, j'ai, etc. Right? Subject pronouns continued. The next one is tu, which means you, as in tu es, tu t'appelles, tu veux, tu peux, tu as. Right? And this one means you, one person. All right? You to one person. All right? The next one is il, which is he, or elle is she. You've used this to say il a, elle a, elle est, elle a, il coûte, il fait, s'il vous plaît, etc., etc. Okay? And this is a new one. It's the word new, which is pronounced, which means we, but it's pronounced new. Get it? So that's all there is to say on that one. And this is, it means we, like all of us, including me in the group. Okay? And then we have vous, as in s'il vous plaît, which is you plural or formal. Like if it's a you and there's more than one person, that's what the plural means. Vous désirez, comment allez-vous? We haven't used that one a lot. Okay? And then the last thing we have is il, which means they the boys or a mixed group, and elle, which means they the girls. Okay? So those are all the subject pronouns that we've learned. So, être, what do you need to know about être? It's an irregular verb in the form, and it does not follow a predictable pattern. So when you're losing a new verb, you're always going to use this chart. And we're going to be learning a few verbs from now on to get prepared to make sure that you have the knowledge for continuing forward. Okay? So, how does this chart work? Basically, it's divided into two parts, the singular part and the plural part. You're going to say the first person is I. The second person is you, and the third person is he or she. So I am number one. I talk to number two, which is you, about number three, which is he or she. Okay? The plural part is sort of the same thing, except that it has more people in it. Nous, I am part of the group. Vous, the plural or formal you, and they, which is il or elle. Okay? So I don't know why I have all of these lines here. Interesting. Okay, so here are the forms. Je suis means I am, and you've used that a lot. Je suis content, je suis bien, je suis fatigué. Yeah? Do you remember all of those? Okay. And who did we lose here? Haley Murray? Oh, no, there you are. Okay. All right, I couldn't see you for a second. The next thing is tu. Tu es means you are, right? And we've used this to say Tu es bizarre. Tu es dingue. Tu es fatigué. Tu es malade. All right. And il or la means he or it is, she or it is. You know? So we've used that word quite a bit too. Okay? So the next one is nous sommes, which means we are. We have not used this at all. We've used something totally different, but I want you to recognize it if you see it. So nous sommes, we are. Vous êtes means you are, as long as you is plural or formal. When I say plural, there's more than one person. And formal, you use this when you're speaking to an adult. Okay? And then ils sont, they the boys, they or they the boys are, mixed group of boys and girls. Elles sont, they or they the girls are. Okay? So etre, we have a yay! So that's my etre video. Woohoo! So, something that you may have noticed in the other video that I had you watch is that there was a thing about tu or vous. And here's how to know if you should address a person as tu or vous. Okay? If you know that person really, really well and use their first name, use tu. If you don't know the person and you use their last name, you know, like such as Mr. Nee or Mr. Edwards, then you would use vous. And when you're talking to more than one person, you use vous also. Okay? What if there's a name? That's a good question. When you see a boy's name, it's like saying he, so you could use il. For example, Andrew est américain. Right? When you see a girl's name, it's like saying she, so you would use elle. Example, Claire est gentille. When you see two boys' names or boy and a girl's names together, you're going to use il to say they. Example, Gage et John sont amis. When you see two girls' names, use elle to say they. Catherine et Taylor sont amis. Right? So you can just substitute a name for il or elle. Okay? So that's the end of the video. And I'm going to stop recording.